This start is significant, to say the least. Injuries aside, even though it's preseason, though, what is at stake for Shedeur Sanders going out there Friday as the QB1 for the Cleveland Browns?
Well, look, this is the opportunity I think we all would like to see him get in terms of having first-team reps in a game setting. Now, the problem is he hasn't taken a whole lot of reps with the first team. So as I talked about previously here, this is the kind of scenario that you don't want. You're going out there with the first team, but you haven't really repped with them. You haven't really gone through all the different calls that the quarterbacks that have been getting the majority of the ones and twos have gotten.
The Cleveland Browns just broke the internet. Shedeur Sanders is starting the first preseason game, and haters are spiraling faster than their Wi-Fi during a thunderstorm. Twitter's melting, armchair scouts are weeping, and someone just tried to trade their fantasy team for a prayer candle. Is this the dawn of greatness or pure gridiron chaos? Either way, grab your popcorn, Shedeur's in, and the drama's juicier than a Kardashian group chat. Let's dive into the madness everyone's pretending not to care about.
I can't wait to see what happens Friday night when the Browns take on the Carolina Panthers, and, obviously tune in to NFL Network for all the latest on all of that. Because, the network is as hot as it gets once preseason action hits. And that starts Thursday night, but this is a big Friday night. The fact that we hear, why wasn't he drafted? How did he drop all those spots? I mean, that was the story of the draft. I've said it before, I've said it again. I do not recall in all of the 20-plus years I've been doing the draft a story that starts from pick one and goes all the way into day 3.
This isn't just football, it's a full-blown cinematic event with shoulder pads and end zone dances. The Browns didn't just hand Shedeur Sanders a shot, they lit the fuse on what might go down as the most gloriously overhyped, overanalyzed, and overcaffeinated preseason game in NFL history. And guess what? Every last second of it is going to be broadcast, clipped, dissected, and memed until the internet begs for mercy.
So for him, hey, look, he may not be able to lock down the starting job with this performance, but he can definitely lose it. That's just the life of being a late-round draft pick. They expect you to be perfect, although you weren't necessarily set up for perfection. But if there's anybody who is built to handle this kind of opportunity, it's him, because of the kind of football he played at Colorado, because of the kind of young man that he is. So look, this is what we've been waiting to see. This is what all young draft picks want to see. And the only thing I'll say for him is this: you got to go out there, you got to make one or two wild plays, play a clean game, but you got to give him something to remember when they go back in those personnel meetings.
Because this isn't just a rookie getting his reps in. No, this is Shedeur freaking Sanders, the human headline machine, stepping into a stadium that hasn't known peace since 1964. It's not a drill. It's not a simulation. This is reality. Gritty, unpredictable, and spiced with just the right amount of hater tears. The haters had one job: doubt him. And now they're frantically Googling how to delete tweets before kickoff.
5th round. And part of the reason why the Browns said they took him was a value that they associated with him for being chosen in the 5th round. And that value became, a reality in part because the Browns were one of the many teams that kept passing on him and took another passer in Dillon Gabriel in front of him. And they had already gotten Kenny Pickett in the fold, and Joe Flacco was there. And how is this all going to work? And then you hear, Shedeur's behind, 4th on the depth chart. Albert Breer has said multiple times on this program, including just yesterday.
And the NFL? Oh, they know what they're doing. Schedule this game in prime time and just casually let slip that Shedeur is starting? That's not a preseason lineup, that's bait. It's a marketing fever dream dipped in drama sauce and served on a silver helmet. Tickets vanished faster than the Browns' playoff hopes last season, and now half of Ohio's population is suddenly rocking sunglasses, chains, and ain't hard to find shirts like they've been day one fans.
So Shedeur Sanders, Kevin Stefanski, they've had all sorts of quarterback injuries. He's going to start Friday, and he'll only have one practice with the ones, and he's going to start. And this is now being called sabotage, and this is not just like crazy internet dweeb. It's like network people. It's sabotage. Cleveland doesn't want him to succeed. Okay, let's start with this. Josh Dobbs was acquired by the Minnesota Vikings and had to start and did not get a single practice. Remember that game?
And don't even act like this game won't have better ratings than half the Super Bowls of the 2000s. This thing is going to attract football fans, Shedeur stans, Deion disciples, fantasy gamblers, and an army of keyboard warriors with podcast mics and unsolicited quarterback opinions. Sports bars are already prepping like it's the Super Bowl. Somewhere, a guy who hasn't watched a football game since Brady's rookie season is calling in sick just to see how many ankle-breaking moves Shedeur can pack into 4 quarters. It's not just about the arm, the speed, or the swagger. It's about the show, the Shedeur Show. Meanwhile, the opposing defense is probably watching old Jackson State clips and crying into their Gatorade, because nobody wants to be the first NFL defense to get diced by a rookie who smiles mid-snap. Shedeur is not walking into that huddle timid. He's strutting in like he already owns the stadium, the parking lot, and at least 3 defensive backs' self-esteem.
And another Shedeur and the Cleveland Browns videos coming out the pipeline, bruh. Trying to stay on top of this story as best I can. Possibly 24-hour coverage of everything that has gone down in Cleveland. Now, we know in the last 2 days, Shedeur Sanders has been named the starter for the Cleveland Browns going into their first preseason game. Some people looking at this thing as a bad thing. Some people looking at it as a good thing. And me personally, I think it is a blessing.
The moment he snaps that ball, the internet is going to explode with reaction videos, emojis, conspiracy theories, and at least 7 barbershop debates about whether he's the future GOAT or just warmed up hype. Spoiler alert, he might be both. The tension is already boiling. Every beat reporter within 50 miles is circling the game like hungry vultures with Wi-Fi. Every sports analyst who swore Shedeur wasn't ready is polishing their apology monologues in case he throws a 60-yard bomb off his back foot. And don't even start on the talk shows. Monday morning's lineup is going to be wall-to-wall Shedeur, and no one's even going to pretend they care about the score. Even the NFL social media interns are living their best lives. The NFL is about to ride this wave like a TikTok influencer on a caffeine binge. And let's not forget the haters. Oh, they're tuning in too, probably with popcorn and crossed arms, ready to nitpick every incompletion like they're auditioning for ESPN.
Practice with the ones, it's sabotage. You've got to be kidding me. Stop pandering, stop protecting media. The great ones would consider this an amazing opportunity. And he probably does. But we got to stop this. If I was Kevin Stefanski, and they're hemorrhaging quarterbacks because of injuries, and we don't need to see Joe Flacco. The last thing we need to see is Joe Flacco. I would make an argument, well, rich dad, famous dad, let's give him a little turbulence. Let's give him a little challenge here. So if Kevin Stefanski, and I don't think that's the reason they're doing it, but I could absolutely see a coach saying, famous, rich. I mean, wasn't it Shedeur who called himself legendary in the draft room? Let's see if he is.
But deep down, they know. They know this kid is different. They know he's not just playing football, he's rewriting the whole script. And now they're trapped in a front row seat to their own downfall, watching the same guy they clowned on Twitter step onto an NFL field like he was born there. This isn't just a shot, it's a statement. Shedeur starting in this game sends a message louder than a stadium full of cowbells. It says, "You wanted proof? Here it is." And the timing? Absolutely poetic. The Browns aren't known for their subtlety. And handing the reins to Shedeur is basically yelling, "We're done playing it safe," from the top of a dog-pound bleacher with a megaphone. The moment that ball is snapped, everyone's job is on the line. Defenders, coaches, announcers, and especially every guy who thought a TikTok breakdown made them a quarterback expert. This game is going to get dissected like a frog in a science lab. Every decision, every audible, every sideline smirk, it'll all be spun into theories, praise, and TikTok thirst edits. Somewhere, someone's already uploading a 47-part video essay titled "The Rise of Shedeur Sanders, a Gridiron Opera."
Sanders, because he finally gets to prove himself to the franchise, not to the world, but to the franchise that, you know, he's the guy. I know a lot of people up in Cleveland front office don't believe in Shedeur Sanders, but every fan that's watching this video, every fan from every team he done played on, we already know what to expect. Whole lot of Brady mode, bruh. I'm telling you right now, Shedeur finna be slinging that thing like a fire hose, dog. It's finna be popping. Now, with all that being said, let's head on over to Google, because there is some information coming out. It says big revelation from Adam Schefter, man.
It's not just a preseason game anymore. It's a cultural moment wrapped in shoulder pads and soaked in drama. And the stakes? Absurd. Ridiculous. Perfect. Because Shedeur isn't just fighting for a roster spot, he's laying claim to the throne in real time, on live TV, with millions watching, praying, doubting, cheering, and rage posting all at once. So yeah, be there. Because if you blink, you'll miss the birth of a storyline so outrageous, so unpredictable, and so dripping in narrative gold that even Hollywood would be jealous. Be there because Shedeur's not waiting for permission. Be there because haters are sweating, doubters are backpedaling, and fans are ready to tattoo his name on their fantasy lineup. Be there because if this is the start, good luck keeping up with the rest. What are the haters going to say now, huh? That it was just luck? That the sun got in the defense's eyes? That the turf was too soft? Please. The excuses are already rolling in faster than a blitz on 3rd and long. Empty trash. This wasn't a fluke. This wasn't a feel-good story. This was a quarterback walking into the NFL, planting his flag, and moonwalking across doubters like it was choreographed.
Friday preseason opener, Kevin Stefanski confirmed this today and added that Tyler Snoop Huntley will be the only other quarterback to play in the game, with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel slated to rest.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it, Unc?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look. Your opportunity has presented itself. It's kind of like divine order, if y'all ask me, Unc and Ocho. You know what I mean? Like, it's like God working mysterious ways, man. I know we don't want nobody to get hurt, but to see them two dudes have, somewhat hamstring injuries, and Flacco obviously probably who's not going to play. Man, I'm looking forward to him just coming out, relaxing and just having fun, bro. I think it's going to be a good time for the young fella.
Shedeur didn't blink, didn't flinch, didn't hit the rookie panic button. He looked like he'd been renting space in that pocket since 1995. Crisp passes, calm reads, smart plays. It was like watching someone play Madden with the cheat codes turned on. And now, the Browns don't just have a new quarterback, they've got a full-on movement. Try spinning that, haters. Go ahead, we'll wait. The best part? The fan turnout. Electric. No, nuclear. The stadium looked like a college rivalry game, and a TikTok convention got fused in a lightning storm. Half the crowd had on custom chains, the other half were just filming every move Shedeur made like they were documenting the birth of football royalty. And those weren't just Browns fans, those were believers. People flew in. People called off weddings. Someone literally sold their car for tickets. This wasn't your average preseason crowd. The bars downtown were packed like playoff night, and not even because of some miracle marketing strategy. People came for Shedeur to see if the hype was real. Spoiler, it was.
Well, let's shift gears here now. We are just days away from the Browns kicking off their preseason, and with a number of quarterbacks on the roster, we're starting to get a clearer picture on who might start in Game 1.
News 5's Carly Massetti joins us now. And Carly, it's the Browns' 5th-round draft pick who is expected to begin under center.
That's right. A league source has confirmed to News 5's Cameron Justice that rookie QB Shedeur Sanders will start on Friday against the Panthers, and he is expected to have significant playing time. This news comes as Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel both nursed hamstring injuries. Sanders himself has faced ailments this camp.
Now the haters are holding emergency Zoom meetings trying to figure out how to pivot. They can't call him inexperienced. He read defenses like they were children's books. Can't call him cocky. He backed up every ounce of swagger with poise, precision, and a spiral so clean it could slice deli meat. And they definitely can't say he folded under pressure. The man took NFL heat and turned it into highlight reels. Suddenly, every major network is scrambling to book Sanders specialists. Sports podcasts are changing episode titles mid-recording. One analyst literally ripped up his preseason prediction on live TV. Somewhere out there, a guy who spent 2 years yelling, "He's just Dion's kid," is quietly deleting his burner account before it gets quote tweeted into oblivion. This is where things get juicy, because now Shedeur isn't just a storyline, he's a certified problem for the league. You get this kind of buzz when someone has it, and clearly Shedeur brought it, laminated it, and slapped it across the league's face with a grin.
What my mindset is,
What's that?
Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel about to get some permanent rest. I'm gonna play so good, they're gonna be gone. When we get, it's gonna be gone. It's over for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's over for them. Just go, just do what you do.
And enjoy the moment.
Anything. That's it.
Man.
Just be you. Tyler, stop. Boy, shut up.
Hey, but look, can y'all imagine like the jitters or the butterflies that he may have? Like he's actually about to get ready to live out the American dream, which is making it to the NFL. That's probably one of his main goals. And to be able to, start in his first preseason game. Man, I remember when I was a rookie, Uncle Ocho, listen, boy, I took the preseason like it was the playoffs.
And the fans? Oh, they're dialed in. Jersey sales through the roof. TikTok edits dropping every 17 minutes. Twitter threads tracking every stat, every glance, every time he ties his cleats. It's not a fan base anymore, it's a fandom. They're fully converted. Even the old school Browns lifers, the ones with scars from decades of heartbreak, they're in. They're calling their grandkids saying, he's the one. It's a movement built on faith, flash, and finally having something real to believe in. What's wild is the ripple effect. Shedeur doesn't just lift a franchise, he lifts the whole city's mood. Cleveland hasn't seen this much unified joy since LeBron's championship parade, and even that didn't have this much swagger per square foot. Suddenly, local news leads with Shedeur Watch, coffee shops offering QB1 cappuccinos. Let's see him in week 3. The defense was mid. They're clinging to hope like it's the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. And deep down, they know the truth. They've seen this script before, but this time, they're not in control of the ending.
I view it as the defense does a great job of mixing players in. So backers, you got rookies out there sometimes. DBs, you got different guys out there. So it's not mentally I go out there and I'm like, oh, these are the ones I'm going to get nervous. Like, it don't got anything to do with that. And truthfully, I don't care what O-line I go out there with. It could be 1s, 2s, 3s, whatever the situation is. And I know Friday when the game is, if I'm with 2s or I'm with 3s, it don't matter to me. I'm just ready to get down and get to, doing what I could do.
Because here's the secret. Shadeur doesn't just win games. He erases narratives. He makes people reevaluate their entire football philosophy. Old school purists, analytic nerds, social media scouts, they're all watching him redefine what it means to be a modern NFL quarterback in real time. And he's doing it with a smile that says, yeah, I told you so. Let's be honest. Every throw he makes from now on is a headline. Every drive is a case study. Every touchdown, a documentary. And the league is watching. Not just watching, panicking. Because this wasn't supposed to happen this fast. He wasn't supposed to look this polished, this fearless, this ready. But here he is, dapping up teammates like it's his 10th season and casually dismantling defenses like he's been doing it in his sleep. And don't think for a second this train's slowing down. The man is a walking headline with a laser for an arm. And he's dragging the Browns into relevance whether the league is ready or not.
My dog is getting ready to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this Friday in their first preseason game. Yeah. Turn up 12. W12 in the chat for Shedeur Sanders right now. Well, the Cleveland Browns have 5 quarterbacks on their roster with Joe Flacco. He's available, but they won't let him play.
So again, what are the haters going to say now? That the fans are too excited? That Cleveland's having too much fun? That the stadium shouldn't vibrate every time QB1 takes the field? Because it's happening, and no amount of bitter takes or wait till December nonsense is going to change it. The numbers don't lie. The footage doesn't lie. And that roar from the crowd when Shedeur walks out of the tunnel? That's not hype, that's history in motion. The kind that keeps defensive coordinators up at night and sends rival fan bases into denial. Because deep down, everyone knows the kid is for real. And the Browns? Oh, they know what they got now. No more testing the waters, no more easing in. This is the new era. Shedeur didn't ask for the spotlight, he became the spotlight. And if this is just the beginning, buckle up. Because it's going to be a long, loud, unforgettable ride. With Shedeur Sanders at the wheel honking twice as he leaves the doubters in the dust.